Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Mustang Gamers, and welcome.
Sorry about that. Today we're taking a look at the Black Widow Spidermech, created by Sean. This is a completely vanilla build, and what I love about it, or what I love about all the mechs that people build and function in Space Engineers, is just how they move across the landscape. So what we're actually going to do is get control of this thing, and I'll get it walking, and then we'll do a little bit of a tour around it afterwards. So we'll select it on the menu, we'll access the remote control block. So the remote control block is going to access there, we're going to hit control, and then all we're going to do is hit 1, and we'll get this thing walking. So as you can see, this thing walks pretty damn fast for a spider mech. And look at the back, you can see the tail is actually being held up there. It's going, oh my god, it's going straight towards a tree. I might need to do a little bit of turning here. So if I turn this thing, I can actually use it with gyroscopes. And since the legs are actually pulling me forward, we've got quite a bit of speed and quite a bit of control over it. And just look how it moves. Just so sort of realistic. You can bring up the front legs like you're going to pounce on something. You can also push them down to get a bit more grip, and you can see we've got that red spotlight that tracks across. Let's quickly switch back to my spectator free camera mode as this thing prowls across the landscape, almost heading towards another tree. So you can see we've also got the turret at the front. We've also got 2 Gatling guns along the front as well. But let's just have a look at closer how them legs actually move. So you've got the bottom joint that slowly twists, and looks like we've got another tree coming up. So let's quickly adjust it so we don't collide with that tree. And as we move that to the side, it's going to move in this direction as well. So the bottom joint then connects to this second leg that then lifts it into the air. And then you've got the foot that stamps down and actually propels it across the ground. So if we go onto our menu, and I think we've actually lost contact with the actual mech. Let's hit 1. Oh god, we've lost control of the mech. We need to bring our character back over here as fast as we can. Grab control of the spider, remote control, wherever this may be. There it is. Take control, and oh god, it keeps running out of range. There we go. Hit number 1. And it's actually powered the drone down. So now the drone spider is powered down, we can actually have a look at some of its features. Now, to keep this thing stable and stopping it from drifting, we've actually got some atmospheric thrusters along the side. And then we've also got an atmospheric thruster here at the back that pretty much keeps the tail, or the sort of rear area of the spider, I'm not too sure what it's called, up into the air. And that's actually connected up on this joint that threads through into this area here. Very nice. We've also got all of the sort of timer blocks stored in that area as well. So moving back down to the legs, we saw how that worked before with the foot stamping on the ground and the middle area doing this slight sort of wiggle that allowed it to propel itself forward. But the design of this mech is absolutely amazing, and the dark sort of colour scheme as well gives it a really intimidating look, something you definitely wouldn't want coming towards your base. And up at the front, to replicate all them eyes that a spider has, we've got a maximum of 4 cameras. And what's great about that is, in a combat sense, if this thing starts to get destroyed or damaged, you don't just lose one camera and can't see where you're going anymore. You've got another 2 or 3 to back yourself up. Very nice thinking indeed, as well as pulling off that spider sort of effect. Finally, we have the spotlight that I'm not too sure if I really like the idea of the spotlight being bright red. It kind of warns you that you're coming this way, but if you are operating this in a dark tunnel, then it's going to be quite a problem. Anyway, let's do some off-roading tests and see what sort of terrain this thing can handle. So for this first little test, we're just going to allow it to crawl up this small incline. So let's grab ourselves full control, and we'll see if we can actually get up this cliff here, or it's just going to continue to slide down with not enough grip. So we've aimed it in the general right direction, and you can see it's struggling to actually gain grip on this terrain and climb up even a simple sort of incline. So that's not too good in the off-road capabilities book. So if it can't do this, it's going to really struggle to get over them lumps and bumps in the ground that you might want it to make it to. So even if I push the front down here, add a little bit more weight, it just can't go up the incline. You might be saying that's because it's snow and it's slippery, but the terrains tend to have the same functions in Space Engineers, so that's not really the situation. Anyway, let's take this down a cliff and see what happens. So for this next test, I've decided to send it off a cliff just to see exactly what will happen, and it looks like it's going wrong pretty much straight away. We've lost legs and the spider is actually upside down. More legs are coming off as it's rolling itself down the hill, and we might just end up with a spidered body that's been completely disemboweled at the bottom. Oh god, that's not good at all. Let's see if we can paste in another one at the top, because we missed a little bit of the beginning sort of crawling motion. So if I place another one of them spider mechs up at the top, grab my spell into spectator, so let's select that second one, access the remote control, and control, we hit 1 and we hit 1 again, and we have instant sort of control over it. Oh my god, it's decided to climb up a tree. This is not good. We'll send it off this right cliff. Oh god, it's taking the tree with it. It's not going well at all for the spider. Right, to kick the actual tree over the side spider mech and See if you can get over this small little ridge and climb to your death. It just doesn't want to go over the ridge, right? We're going to have to see if we can bring it back around there. Maybe the right side, give it a little bit of a spin. It's digging its legs in up at the front there, trying to get over. Not doing very well. Right, it's going off in that direction now. Good. Okay, let's see what it's doing here. Okay, it's crawling over that front part of the rock. Oh, it's doing really well. We've got all legs still intact. Oh no, it's deciding to fall down a bit. As long as it stays up on its legs, it seems to do quite well until it loses some of them. Oh my god, everything's coming off now as it's hurtling down to the bottom. It did a little bit better than the last Spidermech, though, attempted. So for the final test, I put the spider out there. I'm going to have it coming towards me, and I'm going to see if I can take the legs out before it gets over here to see if destroying the legs is like a viable target. So I'm not too sure if we'll actually be able to hit them legs before it gets over there. Okay, that's one of the legs off. Let's try to get a leg off on this side if we can. See if we can engage this. Oh god, the leg's not coming off. It looks like we're going to be in a bit of a situation here as it gets closer and closer. Okay, that's like 2.5 legs off as it's like kind of going into a bit of a canter and it's getting stuck around this tree. It's trying to run off. But remember, at the same time, that turret on the top would be engaging us. Let's see if we can pick off this leg at the back here. It's mighty hard to do. It's just hard getting them shots. It's taking out another tree for us here. Another leg has decided to fall off, so now it's like a 6-legged bug, sort of insect creature. So let's see if we can aim at the higher part of the legs. It seemed to be weaker up at the top, where the joint's actually thinner, instead of targeting the bottom point. That's still if I can actually get the shots on that. So this is quite a viable design by the look of it. Oh god, that looks like we've got the last leg off, have we? No, we'll have to use our little bit of a jetpack. We'll see if we can get on top of the thing, and then shoot down onto it as it's moving. So you've got to use your jetpack. We're now riding on top of the dinosaur, taking out the legs. Oh my god, it's like an action movie. Okay, there's one leg off. There's 2 legs off. Right, it's still going. The thing's still bloody going. There's another leg off. It looks like we've taken down the spider. So the way of taking it out, destroy the turret on top, jump on top of it, and then shoot its legs out from below. And then you've got yourself a defenseless spider that you can pick the supplies off. There we go. That could be even like a little fun mini game you could do. Try to hop on the spider, kill the turret, and then take out the legs. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you really enjoyed having a look at this build. There's going to be a link down to it in the description below, and I'll see you next time.